do one. I hope you're okay with it. Now, I hope the audio is okay as well. I do have an external microphone. Sorry about this. Now, I'm also, I've had people ask me a number of questions already. While I'm, let me see if I can get the hang of this. While I'm doing this, while I'm doing this, I'll see if I can sort some of this out. Now, I've had people say to me, they love my channel, why am I so small? Well, the fact of that is, there's a few reasons. I started my channel in March, April time with my son as a project, and my son was my executive producer. As I've said in previous ones, I give him money into his account for every subscriber, and that still holds true. He's still my executive producer. I've done polls before asking whether you wanted me to spend time editing or whether you wanted me to get videos out raw. You came back saying you wanted them to go out raw, which is what I did. There are people out there who don't like videos out there raw. They want them edited. They want you to spend time creating thumbnails. I do create thumbnails, but I spend only a few minutes doing them. Sometimes I repurpose old thumbnails to save time so that you get the information out as quick as possible. So it doesn't go to as many people. As well as that, one thing I hated when I was watching YouTube was first 5 minutes taken up by people going, please like, comment, subscribe, rather than, but they didn't say it as quick as that. They would spend the first 5 minutes of the video explaining to you why you should hit the like, comment and subscribe button. We hear it in every video. You don't need to say it. Me, I say it at the end of the video or in the middle of the video. So some people forget to do it. Now, it is important. Each comment helps with the YouTube algorithm. Each person who hits the like button helps with the YouTube algorithm. Each person who subscribes does as well. Now, the thing is, I try to do it for your entertainment, improve your entertainment. At the same time, it means that some people don't bother hitting the button. Now, as well as that, I don't go chasing after the tickers that are cool, the ones that get views. I do my research and I find the tickers before they become cool, so that you guys can get the whole of the run up. That means that they're not going to be stocks that you hold for a week. For instance, Bio Nano, check, I held for 6 months. But then look at the run up. Neo, I held from May, June time. Look at the run up. Jumia, I held from June, picked up at $6 in May time. And look at the run up. Now, there are a whole load of other stocks as well. I'm sure if you follow my channel, you know about them. But the thing is, I think one thing I hated was when people came on and said, and I've said this in videos before, oh well, I'm just here to entertain and inform you guys, and I'm not a financial advisor, I'm here to entertain and inform you guys. And then they say, well, I bought here at a low and then we sold here at a high. You could have been on it if you was a member of my Patreon and paid me 20, 40 quid a month, whatever it was, and been in with us. So why not check out that Patreon link? Because you're missing out if you don't. I'm thinking, hold on, why ain't I paying a financial advisor that money instead? You know, or someone to manage my portfolio if that's the case. Yeah. There are plenty of channels on here where you don't need Patreon. And there are plenty, if you want Patreon, you get a day so head start, which can help, yes, with those channels, but they don't insist on them. And I hate it when they say they're here to inform you and educate, and then a majority of what you need is in their Patreon. I'm considering setting up a Discord, but it's going to be free. Let me know if that's something you guys are interested in. It won't be something that I will be in all day, you know, but I will just, the thing is, I will put information in there when I find it, and kind of information that you pay other people on their Patreon for. That's what I'll be putting in. There are chances that some of that information is wrong, because I won't have the chance to do all of my due diligence if I'm putting it in the Discord and waiting for the video. But if that's what you guys want, it might help you guys out a bit more, give you a bit of a jump start, somewhere to look. But let me know. I've had people saying to me, like, dude, get a better microphone and camera. Now, the other thing is, I do have an external microphone. I have had a number of microphones, but they do break easily, especially as I've got kids in the house. I cannot justify, when I'm not monetized, spending out lots of money on expensive microphones, expensive external cameras. Whenever someone uses one of my links, I do put a thing in the, I do use the money to upgrade things. For instance, you may have noticed in the last few months that the audio has improved because I bought a new external microphone. I'll turn the microphone down a bit, and you can, you know, I'll adjust it a bit. But the thing is, at the moment, I'm keeping it a small distance away, and you can tell the difference it makes compared to where it was like 4 or 5 months ago, if you was here then. And the more people that use my links, the more I upgrade the equipment. Because there's one thing about me, I'm not someone who is, you use my links, oh, ka-ching, I use the money from the shares, the free shares I get, to go towards the equipment and upgrade it. I will invest in the channel, but I have invested in it originally, and I will invest more if with the links. The problem is you get people using the links and not depositing the money they need to get the free share, and then I don't get a free share. So that's what happens. Now, you have a referral share from Freetrade. If there are any videos you guys are looking for, do put it in the comments box below. Now, I do try to get to every request. Remember, if you comment within 30 seconds of the video starting, you will get flagged as spam by YouTube. Now, I was asked, why don't I put music in my videos? I have music in the intro and outro, but background music. The reason why is because early on the channel I was putting music in, and a few months later I got a copyright strike. Now, copyright strike, I was wondering why, and they don't even tell you why first. And then I was using copyright free music, but then they changed the licensing, and they then said I had to change it because they had changed the licensing, or I had to get rid of the music, or give, you know, I had to pay them for the music, and in the end I just took it off. Now I just didn't bother putting it back again, because at the time when I was putting music on, I had people saying, what's with the lame music, man? I had other people saying, why don't you try with this? And no one was ever happy with the music anyway. The other thing is, this isn't a music channel, it's a stock channel. And if you guys have any apps you want me to look into, or you think would improve the channel, feel free to let me know. I realise the channel isn't as polished as some people's, but then, as I said, I am getting information out quicker. I always believe if you don't know something, you have a few options if you don't know something. As my man TC says, you either surround yourself by people with that knowledge, you either give up, stay away from that area, or you do what I do with when it came to genetics and stem cell research. You look into it and study it. I spent, before buying BioNano, I studied stem cells and genomics. There's a lot of information out there, and when I bought it and I first recommended it, I got a lot of stick. Like, if it was any good, I would have picked it up, and it's in financial trouble, and same as I got with Neo. Basically, it's just a penny stock. The thing is, people seem to forget, Amazon was just a penny stock. At one point, Apple was a penny stock, and Netflix, and look at them now. Yeah, you have to remember these things. These penny stocks make a massive amount of money. Now, I was doing 7 videos a day. Someone asked, why am I not doing 7 videos a day? Well, because they were short videos, and if I was doing short videos, it wasn't getting a response, because the subscribers were watching one after another and so on. So they wasn't up for long enough for YouTube to push them out before another one came out. As well as that, because my average watch time was about 2.5 minutes, So I started doing like 3 minutes, 4 minutes videos, and then before then I was doing in-depth look at a company that was 30 minutes and breaking them down, every little bit of the company. Then had people still only there for 2.5 to 5 minutes, so it seemed like a waste of time for the rest of the 25 minutes. So that's why I went with the shorts from the long videos. Now I'm doing something in between. I'm doing sort of 10 minutes, 15 minutes videos, and I'm doing 1 to 2 a day. And I'm also on mod on another channel, TC's Burner Market Trading. You might want to check that out. And people say to me, if you're buying all these stocks, you must have loads of stocks. Surely that's too diversified. Sorry about that. But the way I see it is, I have 10 core holdings, or 10 core stocks. They are my long-term stocks. And when I put in, and these are split like between growth, dividend, and spec stocks. And for my age, I have more spec and growth stocks than dividend than a lot of people my age. Now, I do have more than 10 stocks. The way I have done it, and I said this to a couple of other people who are financial advisors before, is I created my own little ETF. And whenever a stock has gotten to a certain stage, a stock that I own, I would have so much into spec stocks, and whenever they've gone up by a certain amount, it could be 100, 150, 200%, I would take out my initial investment. And I did this with specs a lot, where I had my plan. For instance, with Hyliion, when it had the first run up, I took out my initial investment, and then it had its dip, I went back in, and then it ran up again at $50, and I sold all of it, and then it dropped again like we saw, and I've gone back in, where if I had just taken out my initial investment, I put the profit in, and the initial investment I put elsewhere, and that way I see as I still putting the same amount in to my speculative stocks. And the profit I split between my profit and shares in the company, and those shares form part of an ETF. I did used to have ETFs. I have done videos on ETFs versus synthetic ETFs and the way to avoid withholding tax for a synthetic ETF. But now I've found that this was a more cost-effective way to do it. I do not hold any affiliation to them. They are merely, and it is only with the stocks that I think can grow over long term. When I go into a stock, whether it's a swing trade or it's a long-term hold. They're all in companies that don't mind holding long-term. And I have my buy price and my sell price before I go into it. And those things can change if the fundamentals change, but I will do those depending on how things go. Now, I will be doing a video soon about a couple of penny stocks we've spoken about before. Now, during the last week, and reviewing them again, we'll also go into detail about I'd say why you know how I give a bearish and bullish case. You could have all the information. There are people out there who go into penny stocks, and because it only needs a few people to go into them, because they're such low floats, they only give you the bullish case. I'm not like that. Even if I'm bullish on a company, I like to give you everything for you to think about. Now, the thing is, I'm a strong believer on research. I'm a strong believer on keeping that research. I think you spend all that time on research, you should write it down or keep a file on the computer with that research, and so you can go back to it. When anything changes, then you change that as well. I have books that I've filled out. Don't have to be expensive leather-bound books or anything. You know, you can get them from Poundland or Dollar Store or wherever. And I put down information as I go. And that way, if there's a crash or the stock crashes, I've already written down a reason why I went into the stock, my price targets, the pros and cons of the company, the risks for the company. Now, of course, anything can happen, which I haven't foreseen, but at the same time, I also have like target companies where if they drop, I will put them down as well. I have intrinsic values of these companies as well, analyst targets, and so many other things. For instance, I had Alibaba on that, and then Alibaba dropped, and I picked it up. It ran up again. I sold, then it dropped again. Alibaba has just been told it won't be blacklisted from the US. It still has the Jack Ma situation going on and the monopoly investigation. You know, but I think it will come through that. But it just goes to show you, you know, Alibaba has a lot more cash on hand than Amazon, better operating margin, bigger market share than Amazon. And I think the only reason it is going through this is because the Chinese government want ain't, and they don't want to have to pay for it. Now, I do want you guys to be comfortable, enjoy watching the channel. I want you guys to be able to do as well as me, which is why I tell you when I'm looking into a stock, when I tell you when I'm buying a stock. There are times, of course, that I buy a stock and I say I've bought this stock because it might be that it's just on the day dropped so much, but the majority of the time I tell you before I buy it. Now we know that last week I bought Zoom and Peloton, and I bought a number of other stocks. I think WiseKey is a good one. INUV, I think will go over $1. You know, there's so many that are there. There are other people, other YouTubers who wouldn't have done like the UK and USA undervalued stock. I spoke to another YouTuber and he said, I don't understand, because, and when I told him, he's gone, so why didn't you do a few videos, like a UK video, and spread it out amongst a few, and he's gone, and then do the same with the US video? Because I'm doing this for my viewers, not for my own gain. I'm trying to get the information out to them. Things could change by the time I get the videos out, which make them no longer undervalued. That's the reason why. So again, if you guys have any tips, I will listen to them. If there's anything you guys want me to concentrate, let me know. And I would appreciate a subscribe if you haven't already. And I would appreciate you guys liking the video and commenting in the box below. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you in the next video.